I'd like to introduce you to my PortaPi portable streaming internet radio device that I built using the Adafruit 2.8 inch touch TFT display. Now, I bought the display a few weeks ago back in July and set it up pretty quickly. Soldering wasn't too difficult, built the case, got everything installed, and I had this lovely portable Pi. Wasn't sure what to do with it. So eventually, after doing some sort of thinking and some ideas, I built a digital photo frame, which was quite fun. And then my second project was the Pi radio. So it's been written in Python using Pygame. Everything gets written to the frame buffer. There's no X interface, you don't have to start X for this, or runs without that. And basically, this is a set of commands that will operate MPC and affect the way it plays, pause, so on. Now, I've set up a simple playlist. At the moment, on startup, the radio is stopped. Let me talk you through the interface. From the top, we've got a little cheesy icon, MPC radio title, my streaming internet radio. The red cross on the right hand side closes the program, but keeps the radio playing in the background if it's still playing. Play and pause. The 80% tells you the current volume, and there are volume controls which can take it up and down by 10% increments. Online, if there's a Wi-Fi or internet connection, that will turn green and tell you you're online. If there's no connection, it will be red and say offline. The refresh basically stops and starts the radio player and refreshes the screen. The yellow box gives us information. Then underneath we've got backwards and forwards, which take you through the playlists of internet streaming radio stations. Volume down, and then to the right, volume up. Each takes by 10% increments, either up or down. And then mute takes you to volume 0. I was quite pleased with the yellow box. From MPC you can get a certain amount of information, and for a lot of stations it gives you the station, and it also gives you the current track playing. Now, I was able to split those into two strings. Often they're split with a colon. You get the station name, and then a colon, and then the track name. So anything to the left of the colon goes on the top line, the station name. Anything to the right of the colon goes to the second line, and I've truncated it at 50 characters so it fits inside the box. Let's press play.
Worked for the emergency and accident department at Mayday Hospital will fondly remember. It will bring you full match commentary of Chelsea's visit.
Now, I'm streaming at the moment from over Wi-Fi at home. I'm also running the Pi off a plug-in USB battery for charging up my phone. And it actually works really well. You get about 2.5 hours, 3 hours battery life from one charge. So you get the portable player for about 3 hours, which is really good. Now, as you go through some of the BBC stations, there's no additional track information. But as I found some of internet stations, you can then see that it also gives you the track playing for that station.
Just a quick question. Earlier,
as you can see, when I press pause, it goes from playing to stopped. I've kept the interface really clean and simple, really obvious, really big icons, although the sensitivity actually is to the nearest pixel around each of the icons, so it's actually fairly good defined space. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 8 or 9 buttons on the screen which send commands to MPC. The volume percentage, the stopped play, the track details come back from MPC. I call back the information from it. And actually, as a sort of first project using Adafruit display, the TFT display, I'm really pleased with this. I'm sure the code can be cleaned up. I'm going to make it available, have a look at it, see what you think. The icons could be changed. But for a first attempt, I can imagine putting this inside an enclosure, inside a sort of speaker with an amplifier, powered amplifier. It's actually not a bad internet radio, so I'm actually quite pleased with this for my first attempt, my first go. When you get to the end of the playlist stops, and you can either press play or refresh to go back to start the playlist again.
For your own hometown, wherever that may be. Hello, Julie. Thank you for your message. We've got.
So this is the Adafruit 2.8 inch TFT display running on a Raspberry Pi, and I'm using it with Pygame running under Python to make my simple radio interface. Signing off.